When I was a student at Millsaps College in Jackson, Mississippi, like many students, I learned plenty in the classroom. You're supposed to learn a lot there. I did have a course in speech communication. Lance Goss was my professor. He kindled my interest in further communication studies. He also was the director of dramatics, so I got involved in theater there as well. Yes, I learned a lot in the classroom, but I can remember one communication lesson that I learned outside the classroom. Well, a lot of them, but one particularly I'll talk about today. Frank and I were friends. We were in rival fraternities, but we were still friends. So one day we just happened to meet out on campus, and we started talking. As we talked, one of us said to the other one, "Hey, would you like to have a beer? Let's go get one." Sounded like a terrific idea. Now, I know that might be a shock to you that college students drink beer. We did then, though, and I have to admit it. So Frank and I started walking, knowing we would need to ride somewhere because there was no beer on that church-related campus at all, nowhere near it. So we walked and we talked and we walked the entire width of the campus, which may have been about a half a mile. We were enjoying our conversation. We got to a parking lot. I turned to Frank and said, "Where's your car?" And he said, "Bill, I thought you had your car," but I didn't. And so we remained both thirsty and stranded that day. The lesson I learned from that, not about beer, the lesson I learned from that was your assumptions need to be tested before you accept them as reality. And when I'm providing communication consulting for businesses, this is one of the points that I make. That is that assumptions must be tested. You cannot assume because you gave someone instructions that they understand them. And likewise, when you're receiving the instructions, don't just assume that you got them clearly. It's good to have a back and forth testing of what the receiver thought was said and what the sender thought was received. So, remember that incident of mine on campus. Beware of assumptions. Check on them thoroughly, and this will help your communication in business and professional life.